Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Championship with Beira-Mar. We're looking at Paulo Aparicio and he's already improving. And that's scary that he's already improving. And also good news is he's not inconsistent. So a fear of mine is already down the toilet of, oh, is he going to be consistent? Is he not going to be consistent? Nope, he's consistent, but not inconsistent. So I'm certain he's not inconsistent since every other player that came for the youth intake is almost inconsistent or slightly consistent. However, Rui Quintanillero is consistent. Not very consistent, but he is consistent and is improving as well. Gabriel Alves is also inconsistent, but he's not exactly amazing either. We've also had a few games since we last met. Let's go over those games while we're here. The first game we had was against Amor at home, and we won after Sandoval scores the only goal of the game to give us the 1-0 win. And it was good, really good indeed. We deserved it, and it shows that we can still win from set pieces. Set pieces for the win. Our next match was away from home against Gondomar, and I was very upset with my defender here because he allowed this ball to come in, and Gudien allowed Guedes to score in the 93rd minute of the game because he didn't track the ball and the runner for the goal. And we lost the game, which I honestly felt we could have got a point from, but we lost, and it's disappointing. The next game we had was at home against Aruca, and it was an 8-goal thriller. We went behind inside 42 minutes. Silva scored in the first goal of the game, and I thought, okay, we're going to struggle in this game. And then they scored again. So, yeah, Perin with the finish. Hosharo with the finish there to make it 2-0. I think it's 2-0. I could be wrong. We might be missing some goals. But we make it 2-1 just before half-time. Sandoval finds Correa, who finds the back of the net. No, this is 2-2. I just realised we're missing a goal. But then they score again, so this is probably 2-2 at this point. It's 3-2 now when Silva scores this effort. Yep. And then we score again to make it 3-3, I think it is at this point. I'm not sure why the first goal was missing, but here we are now. Brian with the finish to make it 3-3. I remember this being his first goal this season because it was really good. And then in the 94th minute of the game, we get a 4-3 lead. And I'm going to literally go for the goals later. But yeah, I don't know how this goes in. But Alvarez scores the goal there. And then we can see the goal in the 96th minute of the game when we only had 94 minutes in the game in the first place. Something like that. So a little disappointing that Hirisharo gets the goal there. And I'm not joking when I say it's 4-4. Because look, it's 4-4. Why this goal from Gudien is not shown, I don't know. But we're going to see this goal now. But yeah, Alvarez finds a Kende, it hits the post, and Gudien gets there first. So that was the first goal of the game. 6 minutes in, that was what gave us 1-0 lead. So, don't know why it didn't show that goal at first, but we did draw 4-4, and it was really good. It's just a shame that we considered a goal in the 96th minute of the game, and we scored in the 94th minute of the game to make it 4-3. I thought we won this game, but alas, it wasn't to be. Our next game was away from home against Portuguese, and this is a 6-goal thriller. It showed with the opening goal inside 50 minutes. And then we equalise in the 39th minute of the game. Sandoval finds Clark. Clark plays it across. It finds its way to Gudien. And an assist for Clark, a goal for Gudien. 1-0. His second goal in 2 games. And then Unsun Sao finds Xiao Nguyen. And it's a goal from Prominence. Sa with a really powerful finish. No way to keep us stopping that going in. And then we equalise again. Sandoval finds Jafinho. He finds Gudien. And Gudien plays across to Sandoval, who slides it in. So, it's 2-2. Then Portuguese score again, and Sa gets involved once more. And I feel a little sorry for the defender bit here, but Xiao Nguyen scores 3-2, 7 minutes in. But we equalise again. For the third time of the game, we get a goal from behind, and Jafinho involved this time quite heavily. Plays across to Sandoval, who finds the back of the net. And yes, Sandoval is finding the goal again, which is very, very useful indeed. And we get a 3-3 draw, which quite frankly, I felt like we deserved. Were we unlucky not to win? Potentially, but we hit exactly the same XG as they did with 1 less shot on goal. So, yeah, maybe we're unlucky. Who knows? But either way, at least we got another point. The next game we had was a game in the league where we hosted Estrella de Amadora, and we took the lead in the face of the game, and Sandoval once again finds the back of the net. Why he wasn't doing this earlier in the season, I don't know. But then Beretta scores the last goal of the game with that free kick. I know what you're thinking, why is a centre-back taking these free kicks? Well, he can score them for one, and he's got a free kick of 10. Yeah, literally, he's the best free kick taker we got when he's got free kicks taken of 10. I don't know why that's the case, but I'm not complaining when he's scoring goals like that. Hopefully, he can continue to improve, though. And honestly, we deserve this win. This team that we took on was second place at the time, and we beat them 2-0, and we outright deserved to be there. And we showed that we could be very good with the old tactic that I've gone back to the two Mazzalas. I don't know why I ever left it, because we've been getting better and better ever since, and it's worth going back to that tactic once more. The last game we had was against Espinho, and we lost 1-0, unfortunately for us, because, well, Sajeric gets there first ahead of our goalkeeper. We have players in the stands, but it didn't help us at all to win. If anything, might have distracted us. Unfortunately, they had a better XG, but we had more chances, so a little disappointing we didn't get anything out of this. And 9 times out of 10, I'm certain we would have won this game, but again, it wasn't to be. What this does mean, though, is that 1, we're comfortably going to be finishing in at least 11th place. Hurrah for that. We're not in the relegation fight this year. It also means that what we did last year to survive would have literally gotten us into 13th place. Belenenses, both of them, are surviving, so hooray for their point of view. We've got games that are playing right now. I don't know what's going to happen, but Academico are already champions. Aruca and Estrella are trying to fight for the last promotion spot. Our victory against Estrella has actually denied them potentially being in second place. So slightly awkward to acknowledge that's the case for them. And they're going to be disappointed with the fact that they have not managed to be in second because they couldn't get past us. Also, good news, we've found our shooting boots and we've actually scored 37 goals and only conceded 36 times. So if we can continue to score as much as we have and not concede so many goals, the 4-4 draw and the 3-3 draw comes to mind. If we had not conceded those goals, we would be having a much better season and maybe, even maybe, be looking at a high as 7th place. But alas, it wasn't to be. We're very average this year. If we draw, then it's not the end of the world. If we win, we have the same amount of wins as we have defeats. Our opponent today is Belenenses, so if we had won the 2 games we drew, an extra 4 points at a tally, we could be fighting for 7th place, but I guess it wasn't to be. And Espinho again, a game I would have wanted to win, but we didn't win. Espinho right now are currently drawing against Benfica's B team, so you'd think they'd be beating them. Chifonce, Amora, Figueres, and Lorena, those 4 teams that can go up or down. No one's relegated yet, so that's an interesting fight for the relegation fights, and hopefully we can see what happens there, but we don't care about that. We're caring about our own safety and our own survival, and we could finish as low as 11th, but as high as 9th. We're going to take our opponents today, and this is the lineup for the day. Pereira, Jafinho, Barreto, Manatre, Brian, who played his last ever game for us, Breda, Alvarez, Correa, Julian, Antunes, and Sandoval. So let's see how we do today, shall we? Brian's Manatre. So the 2 really tall defenders looking like they are very much at home in the defense right now. Sandoval, Breda, good ball out wide to Antunes. What can he do? Can play it to Correa, has done. Can play it to Sandoval. Finds Gudien, surely a chance, and a goal. He's 3rd of the year, and he's looking very comfortable right now, and I'm very happy that is the case. 1-0, inside 2 minutes, and we're looking very, very confident right now that we can potentially be doing a lot of damage to their chances of getting higher at the table. I don't think he can get higher at the table, but even so, a very nice finish from the fullback turned winger. They have a free kick, and it's a header, and it's over the bar. Half right now to try and get the ball back. Kikas finds Lopez, goes for goal, and that's a denial by Pereira. Good save from him. Miguel with the corner, and it's been headed over the bar. Maria on the ball. Here we go now. Can we do something about this? Lopez, though, goes for goal, hits the post, and I've got to say, they are definitely hounding us right now. We're looking to do a league double with this team, and they're definitely trying to make sure we don't do that. Suso on the ball. Oh, it's been headed away by Alvarez here. Miguel on the ball now. And now, can they do something with this? Miguel on the ball. Sousa. Kick-ass trying to get there first. He has done. And he has got the goal. His 17th for the season. And I've got to say, potentially a mistake from the goalkeeper to go for that. But I don't really blame him. I think Manatre could have also got there first. But it's a definite mix-up here. And Sousa, yeah, Manatre is just not quick enough. And Pereira kind of has to go for that. If Kikas is not already there. It's one of those things. What can he do? Career, chance. He's got to do something. He had to go alone, it felt like, but we're going to try and do something here. Brian still on the ball. Finds Antunes. Plays it across. Gudien header. And it's saved by the keeper. So we definitely came to life a bit more in the second part of the half, but again, their goal really cemented the fact that they were probably the better team. And I think we've done well possession-wise. We just need to actually do more than this. So let's see what else we can do going forward, yeah? Here we are now. Gradient, Ivores, Sandoval. Mandatory now. Here's Breda, Ivores. And I don't know. It's going to be one of those games where I think we can get a draw, but I wouldn't be upset by it. Here's Sandoval. I ride to Gradient. And now a chance maybe to do something more. Beginning half, we're doing better. And we're having chances. If we score one of these chances, we're fine. They're going to try and do something now. Ball forward, no. Back to our player, though. Ivores, a chance for Antunes, maybe. Can go for goal. Has done another save. Morea on the fall with a throw, and we need to do something. No, we get the ball back comfortably. Jafino again. We're doing well with this, it feels like. We can get the ball back comfortably. Gudien now on the ball. Oh, that's a bad pass. Breda gets it back, but then loses it again. And now Kikas, no, Military gets the tackle in. Lopez, surely a chance, surely a goal, it is. And they have gotten themselves in front for the first time in this game. Oh, it was a bad ball from Gradient, it really was. The man who got us the opening goal has made a mistake here. Breda had to commit because of the tackle, and yeah, then Military, it's just a mix-up all over the place, wasn't it? Their first shot in the second half too they scored with, and that's the annoying part here. So we need to do more than what we're showing right now. Jafina's actually frustrated with the feedback. Okay. And they have a chance, and they've scored again. Wow, okay. 2 goals in about 4 minutes. Suddenly it's over as a contest. It really is. They have a free kick. Miguel takes it, and it's almost in again. Here we are now. I think it's almost over at this point. I'm not going to change anything because I don't want to, especially when they make mistakes like that. Akende on the ball. What can he do? Ivores. Akende, chance. Akende misses. How have you missed? He's definitely frustrated. I think he's frustrated with himself at this point, but Benendens now. I'm going to try and make it 4. We beat them 2-1 at their ground. I don't want to concede a 4th, and Pereira denies again. He's had a terrible game today. That's the end of the season. We have been beaten by 3-1 in the game I genuinely thought we could win, but again, I guess it wasn't to be. Beaten 3-1, we actually finished the season on -1 goal difference, which for me is very disappointing to say the least. We took the lead too. We then just collapsed, and that was frustrating. The worst part is we actually could have gone up and gotten 10th place because Luciana Loyosa didn't win their game, and actually Aruca lost their game against Belenenses, which means that Estrella could have actually gotten 2nd place, but Aruca, despite failing at their last day of the season, managed to get themselves there. And Figueres and Trafonte have both gone down. A Mora draw against Lunateno when they really wanted to beat them, but it was still enough to get themselves up into the relegation playoffs. Lunateno survived for another year just about. Somehow, some way. So, the end of the season review has arrived. Confetti falls because we were expected to be relegated. Cabas was sold. Now, the board is disappointing because we could have got a bigger fee, but honestly, he wasn't amazing for his team. While Loreo left us for Belenenses, they were in a relegation fight. We weren't. So, who won out in that situation? When you literally went to the side that I don't think is bigger than us and are now also financially insecure, and I can check this, -2 million in the bank. Loreo's made a mistake there, I think. I really do believe Loreo's made a mistake here. I would have paid that money as well, which is the worst part. I would have paid 550 to keep him there, but it is what it is. Still, 11th place when we were expected to be in a relegation fight and to avoid a relegation battle. What? Really? That's not right, surely. Apparently we were B- there, so that's good. And we got to the 3rd round of Tata Portugal because that was expected of us. And Allianz Cup got to the first phase. They're content because, you know, we weren't expected to do much more than that. Biggest win, 4-0 against Defonse. We actually watched that live, so there you go. Goal of the season was Antunes' goal against Luciana La Rosa. Amazing goal, if I recall correctly. And the match, remember, was a 2-1 victory against Belenenses at their ground. We can beat them at their ground, but not our ground. And that went for both versions of them. Sponsorship, we lost that 300,000, which is an issue, because that's where the most of money has gone. Broadcast also has gone down by 250, so again, not ideal. Corporate and hospitality were up by about 10 grand, and competition prize money, literally no difference at all, while we managed to gain an extra 24 grand in matchday commercial and retail. Nothing else has been happening there. Sandoval, obviously the man with the most shirts sold, as well as Breda, Avians, Brian, and Correa. So that's a thing. We still made 225,000 in merchandise sales with 22,520 non-domestic. We sold 2,987 shirts. How it lined up was this. Now, admittedly, Pereira, despite having a bad last game of the year, was our best goalkeeper. 7.09 rating. Really good to see. Julian in defense. Nobody actually had a bad season to the point that they were below a 6.7, which is very promising. And it makes me think that we have a decent team. The fact that Ricardo Santos managed to get into this dream team with a 6.8 rating despite only starting 3 times is kind of concerning, but I'm not concerned by overall. But yeah, Pereira, Barreto, Breda, Alvarez, Correa, and Sandoval getting a 7.0 or higher rating is very promising indeed. I'm happy for that. So accolades, Sandoval was the player of the season. The club legend continues his legacy. Mauricio Barreto was the young player of the year, and Tony's got the goal of the season. Sandoval only got 9 goals. Alvarez got 6 assists. Sandoval got 5 player of the match awards, and he was a highest ever rating, was 7.2. Marcio, despite being injured for half the season, still completed most passes per 90 of 112. Sandoval's record of most league appearances with 242 and most league goals of 87 is still a standout achievement here. We apparently broke our record attendance with 6,752 people, and we made 50 grand from it as well, which again is very useful indeed. And we're now looking at this, and Akende and Meditre have both managed to make it into the best of overall 11 along with Oxford, which again is nice. And we've got most of the players still here in the overall best 11, which is very good indeed as far as I'm concerned. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 people from the 2020 side are still here. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Almeida is now a goalkeeping coach, a terrible one at that. Mauricio Jr. is now a coach, and he does not look too bad. Maybe I should keep him as a coach. Hire him back. You know, for old time's sake. Fonseca's also a manager, not a good one. João Pinto just retired. Tavares also just retired. Ferreira retired at the age of 26. Damaso also retired at the age of 31. Quadras retired at the age of 30. And Rodrigo Riaz retired at the age of just 22. The budget is this. We have 37,000 in the wages, 238,000 in the transfers. So I'm no concerned by that. Where do you want me to finish? Fight bravely against relegation. Thank you for being realistic. That's all I care about. Realistic. We're going to accept it regardless. They want me to make the youth facilities, the youth system, play possession football, play high-tempo pressing football, and make the most of set pieces. All of which we do anyway. Can't get rid of the sell players for profit because we probably need to do it anyway at some point. We're going to tell the players we're going to win a relegation fight next year because it's realistic to tell them that. And then from there, we're just going to say, okay, I'm not going to have any promises. Alvarez wants to have promises, but I'm not going to give him that because, you know, I don't know why I need to give him anything like that, but it is what it is. What we're going to do, though, is go to Ghana next year, because we can. And we're also going to go and see what happens at the end of the season with the other leagues and the other bits and pieces, see who goes up, who goes down, all that kind of jazz. And we'll be back for a second, so I'll see you there. Okay, so the season's ended since we just got a collective payout for the division. And we paid 28 grand to the squad, which is not the end of the world. But it also means that we are 1.7 million in the red, and it's not ideal to say the least. So Amora survived. They beat Penaviel in the playoffs by 2-1, while Maritima survived in the top flight after they beat Estrella, the Amadoria, on penalties after it got to a 3-3 draw overall. And the teams coming down are Ferenz and Tondela this year. So Vazim managed to survive for the first time this season since we can really remember. And some of the teams up there looking like they're going to be dominant. While Sporting Club de Portugal have become champions for the first time in 3 seasons. Benfica have not won the league since 2024. The teams coming up though are Mafra and Braga's B team, 2 teams that went up. Penafiel lost in the playoff final against Amora, and you know how that goes sometimes. And you gotta say, when Cova de Piada have been relegated again, 2 straight relegations for Cova de Piada is a bit of a shock to me. But not as much of a shock as Academico Coimbra being relegated for the 4th tier last season. Yeah, Academico Coimbra got relegated just last season. I think they'll be back in this division this year somehow. What a team that is to be doing a Youth Academy chance save with, if we ever got to that sort of position. Still though, I'm looking at the team and I'm looking at what we're going to be doing next year, and Pereira being in goal as the main choice goalkeeper next year. Hopefully he can improve and be as good as Loreo in the future. With Goodien now being the right back, being one of the highest paid players at £675 a week. Quite far behind Sandoval, but still one of the highest paid players. Barreto is still here for another 2 years. We'll be getting a new contract sooner or later. He is consistent, but we need to give him to improve a bit more, because he hasn't really improved this year as far as I'm concerned. Meditre again is the other centre back. He's not consistent, but he's also not good enough for the division. We're going to try and give him a new 3-year deal. He's okay with being a squad player, which is fine. He just wants these stupid release clauses. I don't like that. Go away. Jafina being the left back next year. He's got the release clause of 375,000 for fees in a bigger club. Not ideal to say the least. I plan on losing Luis Santos as the DM next year because I think he can do a good job there. And I feel like he's very well-rounded and he just needs to improve. And he'll be able to get his potential, which he will be able to get to because he's only 16 right now. He's not consistent. He's a bit injury-prone. And he's not very brave. But I don't really need some of those things. We just need him to do a good job. And that's what I care about. Fernando Alvarez signed a new contract, which will keep him until 2032. He's consistent. He's good enough for the division. He's probably our best player in midfield right now, which is saying a lot. His partner in midfield is also consistent and good enough for the division, but he's unambitious, so a little concerning to say the least. What do you want for your thing? He wants to play the advanced playmaker. I probably won't play him there. But again, if he wasn't inconsistent, it would be fine. He actually wants less money. Okay. I'm happy with that. To make up for Goodyear moving back as the right back, we have a Kende playing as the right winger. He's inconsistent and isn't good enough for the role, but I think he is going to be someone that can grow and develop if he gets given the game time. Can we give him a new 3-year deal? Yes. But he wants a relegation release clause. I can give him that. I'm not concerned by that at all. We just don't want to give him too much money is the only issue. 325. Can we give him 425? 450? There we go. Antunes, we were playing as the left winger. He doesn't like big matches, which is concerning, and he's inconsistent, which has actually gone down. It was very bad at one point, but it's now gone down. So nice to know his consistency's gone up. But he's good enough for the division and can be improving even more to be a good player for his division. So he's not exactly terrible. I'd say he's a regular starter as well. So hopefully, okay, he's fine with that. As long as you don't have relegation, as long as you don't have release clauses, I'll be fine with some of these players and their release clauses. As long as they're not ridiculously low, I want some good release clauses, and they actually want less money than we're offering him. So it's good stuff. Sandoval already got a new contract. Here with the main striker. He's a leading player for this division and could be, I wouldn't say good enough for the division in the future, but he's very, very good. And he's consistent too. So we are very happy and grateful we got him in our division and in our team. He does not like big matches though. That's the only issue I have of him. Yes, that'll be the starting lineup. We have Survivor on the bench, which again is not surprising. Let's give him a new deal actually, just to make sure he's there for another 3 years. In case we lose him for whatever reason, or we lose one of other players, we'll get rid of this, we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. How much is he on right now? 140, about 200. Yeah. Casanova will be on the bench. He is a leading player for the division below, but can be improving slightly amount in the future. He's inconsistent as well. He's actually wanted by Aruka, which is interesting. I will give him a new contract though, just on the idea that we can get more money for him. He thinks we should strengthen the left back. We will probably do that because obviously we need to do that. Squad player maybe? No, regular starter. Okay. How much is he on right now? 550. He's already on. He's been paid more than what he wants, so that's good to say the least. Luis Breda is on a 2-year deal. I probably would not be renewing his contract anytime soon. He's getting worse and worse now, and I think it's time to really move him on. Marcio has got 1 year left of his deal, and he has some pretty stupid release clauses. Hopefully, he'll get rid of them. He wants a pay rise. Let's get rid of this. And okay, relegation release clause. I can deal with that. Everything else we can work with and get rid of. Hopefully he'll be good. He's inconsistent, but he's been out for an injury for a long time, and he wants £50 less a week. He only wants a 2-year deal though. It's a little concerning, but okay, he's kind of decided, yeah, you know what? If you're going to do this, I want more money. Let's improve this to 36 grand then if you want more money. Can I get that? Yep, that works. Alan Oxford is consistent, but not good enough and lacks strength. He's got 1 strength. He's also wanted by Beninense, so let's give him a new contract. I mean, he's not amazing right now, but he's happy to be a breakthrough prospect. Get rid of these really stupid release clauses and we'd be good. And how much is he on right now? 475. Can we go back down to that? 550. Okay. Will Pope is also improving, and I think will be in the first team next year. One way or the other. He is someone who's done a good stuff for us. I actually played him once last year from the bench. I didn't get an average rating for him because I didn't play him for long enough, but he's got 1 year left in his contract. Let's give him a new deal. I won't loan him out because I'm actually going to put him in the first team if I can. And let's get rid of these stupid release clauses. Honestly, why would I give these release clauses a food of thought? Honestly, I hate the fact I can only give him a 2-year deal, so 250, I can work with that. Everything else though, we're going to work with that and hopefully it'll be good. What we're going to do, though, is end this here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys are liking and share this video. And that you subscribe to this channel. Really does help me a lot. What do you think of our final league position? I think we're very consistently in the mid-table team now. And we just need to make sure we do more and more. But either way, until next time, goodbye. And well, good night.